What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Prowl Nation Roar, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, brought to you from your perspective by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. Go ahead, hit us up, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to this channel. And if you want to join us live on the show, you'll find a link in the description box below and in the live chat. You can come hang out with us tonight. We're going to be playing a fun game tonight. But before we do all that, I'm going to bring in the rest of my crew here tonight, which of course is everybody's favorite ladies lover, who will date you and your mother. What's up, Ella Golder?
Hey y'all, happy Wednesday, everybody, and mamas.
Hey, mamas. Hey, Dan Spanos. Hey, Brandon DeWitt. Mandatory minicamp is still a pajama party with more veterans mixed in. Of course, we are looking at the mandatory minicamp hype and observations and decided let's have a fun game tonight here at Prowl Nation Roar. We're going to play glow up or cap surrounding the hype that's been talked about so far with the minicamp. Now, if you don't know what those terms mean, glow up is a positive transformation, and cap means they straight up lying to y'all about what's going on here. Okay, so the biggest news so far in the minicamp is the performance by the secondary and the defense. Dan Campbell says that the secondary is looking sharp. And so far they've been doing a bunch of things during minicamp. So far, it's only been day one. We got a couple more days to go, but LL, glow up or cap?
What was the scenario again? My bad.
Is the secondary glowing up, or is the hype about them
glow up
as a cap?
I believe it's a glow up because number one, they told us that they wanted to improve the cornerback room. They did that, and then they did that in free agency, and then they drafted, a guy, and there's some guys that's coming back from injuries and all that good stuff, like Tracy Walker and Lil Jerry is another year from his injury. I'm excited, and I say it's a glow up. There's no cap on that one.
For me tonight, I'm going to make my choices as song lyrics. So I'm going to give whether or not it's a glow up or cap based on song lyric responses. And sorry if I butcher them, but it is what it is. As far as I consider about the secondary, we're going to go. We gotta say this is a Sierra level up. Whereas them old mistakes are gone and they ain't not doing them no more. That's old news. There's new news. They've done that before. They turn nothing into something. Their comeback is 100. Less talking, more action. You're going to see that secondary coming. So I'm going to say that this is a glow up. Now there's some little shaky things going on, but I'm going to give them the glow up on this so far. They've done a lot of upgrades there. They do have some meshing and some things to do, but let me know what you guys think in the chat. Is this a glow up for the secondary this year, or is all this hype about how good they're doing so far just a bunch of cap? Now, there's been a lot of talk about this gentleman in particular. He's not had a very good start to being on the Lions team, but Marvin Jones, who has come back to Detroit Lions, has said that he wants to be a mentor and that he is very impressed by this guy's speed and that JMO is going to be great this season. LL, are you saying this is a glow up for JMO this season or cap?
I say it's a glow up because it's got to be. There's no way that it can be cap on this one. He should have more playing time than he did last year. He should get way more opportunity. Glow up on this one, man. No cap on that one.
Well, so far Here's what I think.
Uh-oh.
You said you've got the moves, but do you got the touch? So far, you ain't impressing me much. So you've got a lot to prove, honey. Shania's coming for you. You got to give me a little bit more here. First of all, you come in. No, I'm not. Am I gonna say glow up on the speed? Sure. But the rest of the performance on the field, remains to be seen. When you're out with an ACL injury, you spend you don't really come out performing well when you did get on the field, and then you have this off season with the gambling problems, or with the. I mean, I understand it's a bigger mess, and it was ticky tack for him, but then again, and then you've got this Lamar Jackson deal. There's a lot going on here. I'm going to need to see a little bit more out of you, JMO, to say that you're going to glow up this season.
Go ahead. My bad. Finish.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about Jameson Williams, because I don't. Let's just let him do what he about to do. Like everybody, it's so much being said about this young man, right? And I get it. You do stuff, you do stuff publicly, it can be talked about. I understand, with the suspension and all of that. But even then, it's seeming more and more likely that he might have just got caught up in the roller, as they say. It just might have been a formality. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have done what he did, but maybe he didn't fully know what he did was wrong. I don't really care about that. He'd be here game 7, right? All of that good stuff. But you have to let him do what he can do. We didn't really get to see much last year. Wide receiver is, you've heard me say this 1,001 times. The wide receiver position is the most dependent position on the entire football field. If he don't get the ball thrown his way, he cannot perform. So, let's just wait to see. Like, let him get almost, similar storyline or whatever, similar thought, I guess, but not the same player, of course, not the same position at all. But like with Jalen Hurts, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, after his first year, was like, "Ooh, is he this? Is he that?" Blah blah blah. And everybody, the smart people, was like, "Cuz, shut up. He ain't even play. Like, he only played like 10 games. Like, let's see what he can do when he actually get a chance to do something." And they went out there and they got him some stuff that he could do stuff with. So, we are putting pieces in position. I'm not saying we getting those. We're not signing these guys or drafting a Green or anything like that for JMO, but he's going to be on the field with some guys with more, with some talent and stuff. Let's just see, like, even at the end of this year, he didn't get a full year, but let's just see what it's looking like, at least by the bye week or something. Let him get a few games under his belt. Like yesterday, I was watching. Shout out to those guys. I was watching the Detroit Lions podcast. Risden and Chris, I think his name is. My apologies if I'm forgetting his name right now. But he was saying, like, in the positional drills, he wasn't doing so well. He put a bunch of balls on the ground. Then he said when they was actually out there, in practice reps and all that kind of stuff, he was tearing it up. Perfect example of maybe wait 20 minutes but again, if you're out there dropping, you can say he dropped the ball. But don't say, he's dropping the ball, he's a bust, he's a blah, 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 because 5 minutes later, now you look crazy. Shout out to Liv in the PGA, because, it's a lot of people that, look at this cat. It's a lot of people that it's a lot of people that said a whole lot of stuff about the Live. I don't even know what to call it, group or tournament or whatever the hell. And now y'all gonna have to take all of it back, or so you got to stand on what you said. I know that's again a different situation, but just look at how things can change. And it's a useful saying I got from Michael Smith, who used to be on ESPN. Shout out to that guy. As the facts change, so can my opinion. My opinion is already one thing of JMO, but let the facts come out, and I just wait for y'all's opinion to change on this guy.
Well, I don't see. I'm hoping that my opinion will change on this guy, but unfortunately, a lot of the arguments that you brought up here about JMO, I've heard before about a particular guy who is no longer with the Lions, who, when he came in, he did get undrafted. He got drafted in a position that was unfair to him. But he came in injured. Everybody said, give him a chance. He's going to be all of that in a bag of chips. and just let him play. And I called bust from day one. And I'm getting the same vibes here again. And I'm talking about Okuda.
I
And
think that's different. I think that's different. I
I
think that's
just,
way different.
I'm hoping,
I'm
I
not.
am hoping that I am wrong. I would love for me to be wrong, but he just the whole draft pick with him last year didn't sit well with me. I can't ignore my gut. My gut's never been wrong, and I'm hoping that I am because but if you look at some of the other signs that are going on here in Detroit, not only has he really not seen the field, and when he's been on the field, it's not been very impressive, and I get that. It's rookie, whatever. That's fine. But, you know, I'm concerned you with this because the Lions have 10 other wide receivers on the roster right now, which suggests to me that they're not as confident with this wide receiver situation as they would lead you to believe.
I think they are, and I think his position is safe because we got some guys who got a whole bunch of talent, but he the only one that can do what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's not a bad analogy with Okuda, but I just say it's a different situation. You know what I'm saying? Okuda, a lot of like when he got drafted, everybody was like, "What?" You know, like a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people was like, "Huh?" Like, wow, at number 3, what? When J-Mo got drafted, it was like I questioned it because of the trade, but everybody was like, nobody really was that upset. They was like, "Oh, well, he before the injury, he was looked at as arguably the best wide receiver in his draft, and there's some guys in his draft. There's some real good guys, like other guys, fuck Ohio, but the Ohio State guys, and even the guys from LSU over the last couple of years. Not saying he's on, he might be, but I don't know. I just think that's just a different situation than Okuda, and who knows what Okuda's gonna be, and who knows what J-Mo gonna be. Let's say J-Mo could maybe be on the same path. Maybe he'll get us a 3rd round pick instead of a 5th round pick. Who knows? But he got to get the opportunity first.
Right. And see, and that's my thing is I don't want to go too hard on this because we really haven't seen him play but yeah, we did see him play a little bit. And it wasn't very impressive. Not for what I expected from all of the hype talk last year, but I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt all last year because, hey, I'm going to, okay, fine. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But still there's issues. Still there's little minor, just like you're not making a great first impression here in Detroit at all compared to some of the rest of the other guys. So I am prefacing this with some concerns that I think that, yeah, of course he has the speed. There's plenty of glow up there, but as him having a great season this year, for me, I gotta say cap. Just not seeing it.
And that's understandable, but like I would ask the question like, what's a great season? If we talking like 115 catches for 1,350 yards and 9 touchdowns, that probably won't happen. But if we talking, let's say like 55 catches for like 900 or 1,000 yards and maybe 6 or 7 touchdowns, I think that's very, very feasible. I think I might be selling them short. But who knows? We'll see. I don't know. I don't really like to do those kind of predictions because I'm never right.
And it's kind of hard to judge this one too because this is based on Marvin Jones's comment of him having a great season, but Marvin Jones did not define what a great season is. So this is a subjective, to be honest, glow up or cap. I mean, and I'm honestly hoping that he glows up. I would like to see Detroit have a wide receiver glow up like Calvin Johnson level glow up again, but I'm just not seeing it out of J-Mo so far. And he hasn't done much to impress me or make a great first impression on me. So
understandable.
I'd like to see that. Brent DeWitt says he agrees that the secondary is going to be a turnover machine.
I sure hope
Good.
so.
I sure hope so. I'm done with this blind ballerina of the backfield business. Let them do that. And JMO will rock. JMO's going to be just fine. And I think he's going to be just fine too. Yeah, blah blah blah. Val. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Mark Malik says, you're good as a rung on every Illinois player. No, because if you remember what I said about Kirby Joseph, I said Kirby Joseph is but he's not going to be no elite guy. Now he did make a couple of elite moves, sure. But is he? I mean, you can glow up pretty hardcore on a defense that's ranked number 32. Just saying.
But
saying.
When we were playing well, we played a lot better than 32, and Kirby was out there doing his thing.
Yeah, he has shown some inconsistencies in the OTAs and in the minicamp. So where he's glowed up at 1 minute and he's just busted a cap on his own ass, the rest of the time. So I look. If you know Illini players, I'm not putting my faith and trust in anybody from the Illini. Okay, so name the last great elite player from the Illini that's played in the NFL is Dick Butkus. Okay, I am not putting.
Only person coming to mind is where did Simeon Rice go? Simeon Rice came from Illinois, right?
I don't know if he did or he didn't. So. I'm not sure. But so I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, Dan, I'm not showing that comment. I see that comment. I'm not gonna even play with you on that one. But yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, he came from the from the fighting the line. Now, Simeon Rice was nice. I tell you what, I had real high hopes for LaSure, for Mikael LaSure.
So did Jim and so did Jim. And I told Jim, no. And he was like, oh, damn, really?
I did not see that. Well, I should have known, but
I saw that comment.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him for how he turned out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I warned Jim on that one because he really wanted that guy, and I'm like,
I like LaSure, man. LaSure should have been better. If we had LaSure now, it'd be a different story. Like with what we got going on offensive line, it'd be a different story.
You specifically said to stay away from every Illinois player. Illinois is currently DBU. I don't know what DBU is, but
Defensive Back University.
Oh yeah, whatever. Watch the Illini play, honey. Just watch the Illini play any day of the week, and you will understand why I'm not. I want you to stay away from every Illinois player. It's not that they're bad. And look, they can play pretty decent, but are they elite? Or is it something that the Lions should have? No. Is it something the Bears should have? No. They're not. I mean, are they backup depth guys? Yeah. But no, I'm not playing that, that they're these lockdown guys that are just like, woo, look at me. No, I'm not playing that game. Yeah, I know that they were ranked 10th in the last 10 games, so I don't want to hear the hate. You're going to hear the hate anyway because I keep it real. Okay, so I want JMO to do well. Don't get me wrong. I want, the secondary to do well. I want Kirby Joseph to do well. I want them to prove me wrong. So it's not hate when you want them to prove you wrong, but in your heart of hearts, they're not going to. But I'm still going to root for them to actually try to change their mind.
We'll revisit.
We'll revisit. So Seattle taking Spoon that early as a bust. Seattle doing anything as a bust. Okay.
I won't defend them because fuck them, but I don't know. I want to be with that.
I'm not defending Seattle for nothing. All right. Now, this is LL's favorite dude on the Detroit Lions, so we just got to talk about him. He comes showing up wearing that bling bling, making the offense sing.
Yep.
Goff, where Dan Campbell hyped him up and said that he was a better quarterback now for the Lions than he was with the Rams. Glow up or cap?
I don't know, because he didn't win MVP, right? Or did he win MVP? I don't think he did, right? He was like runner
I don't
up
know
or
if he
some
won
shit. I
MVP
don't
for
remember.
the Rams, but I know
I
that he
don't think
got
he
them
won
to
MVP.
he was in the Super Bowl or lost the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
and I think he might have like a 5,000-yard season or something like that. But I get what he's saying. I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm gonna say glow up. I'm gonna say I agree or glow up, whatever, because maybe he mean just as a quarterback, like he's seeing things better. He
That he
understands
is a
things
better
better or something
quarterback with the Lions than he is with the
than with the
Rams.
Rams.
That is actually?
I'm gonna say for the sake of argument, I'm gonna say cap. I take it back. I'm gonna say cap because we ain't been to the Super Bowl yet. If we get to the if we win a playoff game, I'll agree. We don't got to make the Super Bowl. We win a playoff game, I agree, but I won't agree until we do something significant. So I'm gonna say cap.
I'm saying cap to that. I'm saying tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, because until he wins a Super Bowl here, he's not better as a quarterback for the Lions than he was with the Rams. I'm just not buying this one. And look, Goff showing up like Vanilla Ice, with all that bling, you made me stop, collaborate, and listen on this one. Okay,
They I ain't like it because they did Kirk Cousins like that first. And I thought that was hard when they did it. So we can't just be, putting all the diamonds on the white quarterbacks. I don't like that. So let Kirk Cousins and them do it. It was dope when they did it. Jared Goff don't got to do that. Now Jared Goff can get the buffs because that's we Detroit and all that. So get him some buffs and a nice Cartier watch or a Rolex or something and an Al Wassam jacket. That's what you got to do. Get him an Al Wassam jacket and a defitted and some buffs, and that'll be our thing. They don't got to put all the diamonds on them because it
was a nice thing because if you paid attention to the bling that he was wearing, one of them was a Kirby necklace. I mean, he was representing his guys on the team. So I mean, it was kind of cute, but at the same time, this is white boy Goff looking like he's Vanilla Ice on the.
Just get him. Just switch it up slightly. Get him and have him get him some jewelry. Like the guys go to Hutch or my apologies. Is Hutch still with us? If he
Hutch just got gold chain. Yeah.
No. It's a jeweler in Detroit named.
Oh, okay.
But I think I might not shouldn't talk about him no more. But get him some Detroit looking jewelry and like I said, Al Wassam and a defitted and some buffs, and then that's how you do it.
I think the sunglasses with the bling was a little too much, but hey, I mean, I get it. It's kind of like this LA Detroit kind of swag type of thing. I guess I'm not sure what the idea was behind this, but I mean, I do think that it's kind of cute that he is showing support for his team members and all of that stuff. I enjoyed the coaching pranks behind the scenes more than I enjoyed watching when Goff looked the way he did. Those funny T-shirts were great. So Detroit. Yeah, strange stuff in Cali. So Goff was worse now with more experience. We didn't say he was worse.
I didn't say he was worse. I mean, but I guess indirectly we're saying because we're not saying he's better, but
he's just not. He's not. Okay, so QB's entering their prime from 20 to 34. I think Goff is still developing his play. I'm just saying that that the quote given here from Dan Campbell is that he is better here right now than he was playing with the Rams. Now, I'm saying he's the same. I'm not saying he's worse.
I agree with that. He about the same.
I'm saying that he's not better, because you can't say a quarterback is better here that where he was in a spot where he was in Super Bowl contention and all of those other things, and he hasn't even remotely come close to that here.
Well, also you're right, but we also got to take the proper context too, though, because we also don't have what they had over there. You know what I'm saying? We might got a few better receivers, but everywhere else just about almost maybe they had the advantage. You know what I'm saying? We don't got Aaron Donald. We might have a decent enough run game, but we didn't have the same things that they had. Now we seen how golf could look when things are going well. So again, kind of got to you got to give them some parts to give them the right stuff to cook some. You want to cook some ribs, don't give them chicken wings, because all you can make is chicken wings. You got to give them some ribs. So you want to win some games, give them something that we can win some games with.
Right. We can't really like hate on this so much, because for, like you said, that he doesn't have both sides of the ball developed the way he did when he was with the Rams. So, I mean, what he's done with the Lions so far, with the limited amount of things that he has, I think he's been able to showcase himself a little more in taking that leadership role and being able to make something out of virtually nothing. Whereas with the Rams, it was all pretty much, built. The house was built for him. So, I mean, it kind of takes that away from you a little bit as, well, was it the team or was it you? You see what I'm saying? So I think this is a better opportunity for golf.
It don't do that all the time, because Tom Brady is thought of as the GOAT. And I think his career is the epitome of, is it you or is it the system? And I will give it. He's a very good player, but I don't give a fuck what you say. You seen the Patriots.
Tom Brady had that same scenario though with being with the Patriots, right? But and that was always the question mark on him until he went to Tampa.
It was a ready-made situation.
Tampa Bay was not a ready-made situation when he got there.
They had a top 5 defense, and then it was the Tom Brady effect. It's okay. We got this quarterback.
Tom Brady, didn't he bring a bunch of guys with him?
No. I don't. I think Grunt came from over there. I don't know who else came.
There was a bunch that came over from Tampa.
Leonard Fournette, the Jacksonville Jaguars just cut Leonard Fournette, a former number 4 overall pick who could run the ball. No matter what his career was showing in the NFL, he could at least run that mug. You signed him. You already had a decent run game with Ronald Jones. Like, it was you. And then, and that's just the player that I can think of. I think LaShawn McCoy ended up over there. Like, come on now. Like, it was a better version of them Patriots teams that they had. You know what I'm saying? They had the defensive players. And they had Sue. They had Vita Vea. They had cuz from Baltimore, Shaquille Barrett. That's a mean joke. JPP. I didn't mean to do that. JPP. Devin White. Like, they drafted the safety. Cuz son? Winfield Jr. That was it. It would have been a bigger shot if they lost. You know what I'm saying? And to Tom Brady's credit, I guess, or whatever, he wasn't playing so well in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They ended up having to do something. They had to simplify the offense and bring it down and run more 2 tight ends and run the ball more, because we can't have Tom Brady losing us these games like this. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. And that's fuck Tom Brady. That's all in the moral of saying fuck Tom Brady, whatever anybody good got to say about him.
So Detroit Fan Man is bringing up another point here that says the team made the Super Bowl and we're evaluating his play as an individual. Now he reads defenses, no McVay in his head telling him what to do. He's developing and improving. He's better now. Now, in that respect, I'm going to give Goff a glow up. Because when Jim and I first watched Goff play, when he came to Detroit, Jim was not impressed whatsoever, neither was I. He was lost. He was completely lost. He's been able to step up. He's been able to make, figure out where, taking that charge of reading those defenses. And I'm going to give him a glow up here. But as a general quarterback for the team, individually, I'll give him a glow up, but for the whole, as a whole, so far I'm going to say cap on him being better than when he was with the Rams. But
just to add a little salt on Jared Goff's name, right quick. Don't forget how many games we lost last year early where we could have won, like the shocker in Philly. But he was. I'm gonna say it again. He was so good. He threw a touchdown to the other team. And how many almost, I know almost don't count, but he was trying to get a ball away in a couple scenarios. So let's not act like he didn't turn it all the way around. It's still Jared Goff in there. I do believe that he's going to have a better season. I do have confidence in Jared Goff, but let's not start acting like Jared Goff did something ridiculous last year, because he was just like Miss Val just said. He was pretty much he's been Goff. Things are improving around him, which allows him to play better, which and that's the truth for a lot of players, not just him. But yeah, let's he's still him now. Come on now, let's not.
Yeah,
let's stop it before it get too far.
Yeah, he still mainly operates as a game manager quarterback, which is a good thing. If you look at things in the NFL, game manager quarterbacks are more likely to win and get to Super Bowl contention over a mobile quarterback. But has he gotten better? Yes, he's gotten better in being able to take charge. But I'm still I'm not going to place 100% of my confidence in him. There's still plenty of opportunities that I've seen where he tends to get under pressure. He tends to still get, scared and do stupid shit. So He's
human. He's human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I'm not hating on Goff. I've been one of Goff's, backups in defending him for a long, long time. But it is what it is. I don't see him develop to the point that he could take the team to Super Bowl contention. Now, I hope he proves me wrong this year, but the team's not even built to that point either. So he's going to have to work a lot of magic to get to that point.
I don't think so. I think he could play just like he did last year. Just, not do like a third less of the dumb shit, or what I would consider dumb shit. And he might have like a outstanding season. He had a really good season last year. It just just wasn't it wasn't the greatest. But who cares about that? This last year.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see. But for right now, as far as Goff being better at quarterback overall, that's tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Now, okay, so we've had concerns because Goff has been the main quarterback, and a lot of Lions fans have gotten, we're scared about what happens if Goff gets injured. Who's going to step up? Honestly, we have Nate Suckfield, and we're going to continue to call him that because he's nothing. He's not it. Okay. Nothing against the guy personally, but it's like a Tim Boyle type of situation here. So the Lions did address this in the draft with our boy Hendon Hooker, who had an ACL tear, who is actually in minicamp was throwing passes. So the Lions are saying they're comfortable with at the backup position. Do you call this a glow up for the backup position or cap?
Um, I still
Do
say
you,
Cap. I still say Cap because I still feel like Nate Sudfeld won't be on the team. Well, I don't know. I don't. Maybe he will be. I don't know. But I'm saying Cap because Nate Sudfeld's still here. So
I am going, for me, my song lyrics that popped up in my head for this one in particular was there's just something wrong with this news today, and I don't know what it is. Something's wrong with my eyes. I'm seeing things in a different way, and God knows it ain't Dan Campbell's way, because it sure ain't no surprise. We living on the edge here. We living on the edge, folks. We living on the edge with this. Now, do I call this a goal? I am so struggling with this, with calling this one a glow up or a cap. I really am, because y'all know how much I love Hendon Hooker. Do I think Hendon Hooker is a glow up for the Lions? Yes, I do. Am I saying that the Lions should be comfortable at the back with their backup position security? Cap. Cap all the way. Cap. I'm not that comfortable here. You've got, if Goff gets injured, you've got Hendon Hooker, who it might be ready to go, but yet he's still got a strong learning curve yet. He's still, that arm is still, questionable to this point. It's getting better,
who we talking
but
about?
we're talking Hendon Hooker. He has that ACL. There. Okay.
Yeah, I know you was talking about. I was like, wait a minute, I know his arm was messed up, but no, Hendon Hooker is the least of my concerns. I just say that part.
Yeah, but as far as the comfortability with the backup position, if you take in consideration his arm is still healing, it looks like it's getting there, and yet his inexperience. If Goff goes down, is he going to be able to step up well enough as a backup in that position that this early, if should that happen?
I don't know. I still feel like they may make a move for another backup quarterback, just so Nate Sudfeld ain't got to be that guy. And well, no, because that'll be the third. I would say they made that rule with the emergency quarterback. They might sign another guy because I don't think the plan is to have Hendon Hooker active. So
Yeah, but should that? I mean, if they're comfortable with the backup position, I'm you're putting it a little bit too.
I said Cap because Nate Sudfeld's still here. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I mean, but they might be, but I don't. I don't know. I feel like, of course, we know a lot of this is what they kind of got to say. You know what I'm saying? We hearing this about a lot of different people. Oh, C.J. Stroud looks like a 4 or 5 year veteran from Case Keenum. All right, and he might, but he's a rookie still. He might look like a real. He might look like a real good rookie, but I don't. This is a lot of this is exaggeration. This is exaggeration and or cap season. It's just gonna be. You got to pump them up. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Well, if you're smart, you don't say the negative things out loud. At least don't be like, "Oh no, he fucking up real bad. He's stupid and he ugly and his mama can't dress him well, or mama never taught him how to read." Then they're gonna be sad. You got to go out there and say the good stuff, but the stuff that he really need to hear, you got to say it to him.
But what I do like about Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes is that they're able to say the negative stuff in an interesting way, where it's not really bashing them, but you kind of get the idea that
It'd be kind of straight up, like, just not to interrupt, but like when he was like, he was just talking about golf last year, like he's got to play better. He just got to play better. They didn't go into any details, like you said. They didn't, they could have said some stuff like I be saying, and it would have been, true. But they kept it high, they kept it in. But that's how you don't lose them. You know what I'm saying? That's how you keep the confidence there. So yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Whatever. And,
So,
maybe Nate Sudfeld won't be the worst thing that I've ever seen in my life. And he, go out there and, or I'm sorry, not go out there, but we never have to see him anyway. So it don't even matter.
right. I wish I could have just a little bit more comfort there in that position. I mean, I'm not worried about it too much. I'm thinking that, yeah, there's some things you could do to make this a little bit more secure here, and for my taste. But hey, hopefully things will line up the way they are. See, I'm a firm believer here when it comes to hype of the team. Anyway, I'm pretty neutral on this stuff. I'm looking at, you know, I'm people say I hate on the team or whatever. It's not hate. Look, I'm pointing out the positives or the advantages and disadvantages the team have. Let's look at it realistically. This works. This isn't working right now. Let's get this working. Okay, because this is that's where any criticism comes from. Is I'm seeing that there could be issues here that the Coach Campbell and Brad Holmes are going to have to address, because it is not quite at the point where it should be. So that's where that's coming from. So if you guys are considering that I'm throwing out hate or shade, it really isn't that. I'm pointing out some of the things that I don't want you guys wearing your Honolulu blue goggles and not seeing it, and then come season time, you're like, oh shit. So that's it's just what I see. I'm looking at the team in a realistic thing. They said Hooker is way ahead of schedule. I'm hoping so. I'm excited to see what he can bring to this team. I really am. I'm so
I just can't
Suckfield.
wait. I can't wait to see whenever that time is. Henry Hooker throw that deep ball. That's what I'm waiting to see.
Mm, Suckfield is here till Hooker around Halloween, but Bridgewater is still unemployed.
For the moment,
He can be unemployed all he wants. I'm not that much of a fan of Teddy Bridgewater, but hey, okay.
I like him in spot backup roles. He do okay then, but
Yeah,
whenever he got to do anything beyond that, it seemed like it get to a point where it's like, yeah, we made a mistake. And I really like Teddy Bridgewater. I didn't even when he was with the Vikings, I liked him. But man, oh man, I like him in
but
spot duty though. You know what I'm saying? In a true backup role. If he had to come in for like two or three games, whatever it is, he could tear him up.
right. But yeah, and everybody's gonna pick on me because what do I do about quarterbacks? Obviously, but but it is what it is. I know what I should be seeing, but I don't get to see it from either team, and I just want to see it so badly. This because I think that this is the Lions' time to shine. The rest of the NFL has been waiting for the Lions to step up and prove who they are. So this, this is their time to really showcase that the team is almost built. Do they have some holes yet to develop? Sure, but this is their time to really showcase what they can actually do. They've had to do so much skeleton crew building, so this is their opportunity to have a team that's both a good offensive side of the ball and a good defensive side of the ball to showcase that they are contenders this year in the NFL, and people should take them seriously. So for all of the hype that's surrounded it, I'm just saying take the hype for what it is. It's hype, but really take a look at the team and make your decisions from there about what's going on. You really have to look at them with an eye, for the good and the bad, and go from there. So yeah, it's been an interesting all season so far. They've been able to showcase a lot of good things, but will the things that we're seeing in the off season translate to the season on the field during game time?
I think they will.
Yeah, and I think they will too. I mean, I had already kind of predicted it this year that they would what go 10-7 at least minimally.
That's what I'm
Win
feeling.
10
At
to 12
least you got to
games.
at least get 10.
Right. So hey, uh, you guys, I think that this is going to be a great season for the Detroit Lions, and we're looking forward to covering all of that stuff. So yep, you said it's their time. You've been waiting since 1957. I feel so bad, but I keep reminding Lions fans to remember the Chicago Cubs because it took them 100 years, over 100 years, to win a World Series. Eventually, blind squirrel's going to find a nut there in Allen Park. So
And that's the craziest part because it's like, dang, it ain't even like almost happened. Like in this whole time, like, golly, it must have been done on purpose or something.
So, I don't know. Have you heard any other kind of hype surrounding the Lions, LL?
Yeah, man, Josh Pascal, man, I really hope it work out for him. I'm starting to hear his name more and more and more on one of the last shows that we did. With Kurt and Mike, somebody in the comments that said nobody's talking about Josh Pascal, and we had been for sure, but he's a second round pick who was very, very, very good in college. Come back from certain injuries and then got injured again last year, right when he was kind of allegedly getting things together. So I personally seen it. He had some decent games last year, and then when he actually got to get out there and play, I think he may end up being the starter opposite side of Hutch, and that's gonna mean trouble for somebody. He gonna whoop somebody ass. That's a bad dude. He likes to play football how it should be played, or at least in my opinion. He's a rough one. I like Josh Pascal. Hype him up some. I know you don't like him, but Curb, man, give Kirby Joseph some love, man. I think this is gonna be a decent season. I don't remember how many picks did he end up with last year. Well, I can't even say that because his position and how they playing him is a position of turnover. So he might end up having, a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I think he ended up have 4 last year, 5 or something like that. He might have like 6 or 7 of them this year. We got some guys in here that can turn the ball over. So that was the first question or scenario that we had. Hype up this, the secondary, man. And you gotta believe, no matter whatever it is, man. If you keep thinking it's gonna be bad and it's bad, then you can't complain. You thought it was gonna be bad anyway. But you got to send that good energy, man. Hype this whole team up, man. We really need it. This is a lot of people been calling for right around this time, 2023, 2024 ish, whatever it is. Let's just put everything behind this team, man. That's what the team need. That's you hear even the players. Cam Sutton, I watched his interview when he was on Woodward Sports. He was saying like the city is. I feel like if the city can actually win, they'll go crazy. Dre Blas said it. He said that's one of his regrets is he never actually got to win anything here because he knows his team wants to win. I mean, excuse me, the city wants to win so bad. And if we actually do, the city will explode. And don't y'all know? Like, come on now. If the Pistons win 3 games in a row, LCA is rocking. Imagine if the Lions can actually do something significant. Imagine for that first home playoff game. That mug gonna be packed. Imagine if we can win and have us. Let's say, I don't know if we'd be. I don't know if I'm pushing it too far ahead. So let me just say this is all hypothetical. Let's say we get a couple home playoff games. You know it'd be crazy. So glow up or whatever it is. I feel like we should hype up this whole situation. Drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, whatever it is, because we do it every year anyway, and it'd be like. More times than not, you could be like, there ain't no point in having that high hopes because we might win 6 games. This time is we should have higher hopes because hopefully we won't not win 6 games. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually some legitimacy behind the hype this time around. So let's ride that wave at least. Make it make sense why it can. Don't be out here just being foolish. Don't be the Lion fans that everybody say, every year the Lions people say Lions are gonna go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if we'll do that this year, but you could talk your shit this year because I feel like we're gonna be much better.
Right. I've been saying I really expected them to hit the playoff contention last year. Unfortunately, they did come out the first half of the year with all of the injuries. And then, some of the games towards the end got a little weird and didn't go their way. Saw one of them we won't mention because it caused a lot of hurt feelings that game. But and then there was all of that weird referee mess up going on across the board in the NFL there toward the end. So I kind of expected them to be at that level. Some things just didn't work out. There's no reason why they shouldn't be in playoff contention for me this year when they've got everything built. Yet again, you gotta check the injury bug. If that doesn't affect the Lions, if they can make that upgrade there, I think that they're pretty well set to at least hit game one in the playoff. So we'll see. Oh, and we've got our main man in the building, Kurt Steele. What up, Joe? What up,
Was
Joe?
Kurt? Was
So,
man?
what's up, man? But yeah, so one more guy we got to talk about real quick who ended up being a surprise glow up this offseason for me is Laporta. What are your thoughts on how he's balling out here in the offseason?
He better. That's what the fuck he fucking better. Because when I said, what in the hell? Because that was a position. I mean, but I guess it makes sense because I no offense to those guys because I feel like they actually performed well, but maybe we didn't have a name brand or maybe we didn't have a guy who they, a guy. I don't even know the word like a guy at the position. Maybe they just had some guys at the position. They didn't have a guy at the position, and now they want to get a guy at that position. But he fucking better. Whatever he's supposed to be, he better be it. Now, I think he might be that, but if ever I talk shit about him, and it won't be about unless he sucked. It won't be about him necessarily. It's just gonna be because I didn't think we was gonna draft a tight end there. But I don't really care about that because that's how some of the people that was upset about us drafting Jahmyr Gibbs and Captain Jack in the first round. It's you're not supposed to do that. Well, shut up. We did it. So I'm not gonna sound like that, but he better.
Yeah, you guys sound like that.
I like it. I mean, it sounds good. I really hope it works. I really hope it works. I really hope that, especially I know it's shorts and t-shirts and stuff, but especially how we keep talking about how he was juking Jack Campbell. I really hope that he's just so good that he can do that and won't nobody else do that to Jack Campbell. So I hope that he's as good as advertised.
Yeah, for me, I've always been like the linebacker lives matter, tight ends don't matter much to me. It's so funny. Detroit Bayman says, I'm thinking Val's going to be a full-time Laporta supporter. That's funny as hell.
That's somebody need to. We need to make that a shirt.
Laporta supporter. Yeah. That's maybe we'll put that in the line in the Lion shop. That'll be the first ditch in the air. The iffy jersey to be a Laporta supporter. Look, I'm happy for what Laporta is doing because you know why? He's making everybody else step up. He's making Iffy step up. He's making he's making Jack Campbell step up. He's making Kirby Joseph step. He's making all of the guys step up. And that's exactly what we want to see on the Lions team. That's exactly a Brad Holmes guy. That's exactly a Dan Campbell guy. And so that's exactly what you want to see. From it wasn't one of my greatest picks there in the draft, but he's showing why Brad Holmes picked him. And I think so far he's a good choice. I mean, we got to wait till game time to see what he really can do. But for now, I think that I'm happy to see that. I'm glad to see somebody stepping up to the plate. So, LL, you got any more final thoughts on the mini camp so far and the hype?
Yeah, man. Minicamp seems to be going well. I just hope that with all of this stuff all the way up into the season, I hope that we just make it out as healthy as possible. Um, Final thoughts for this Wednesday. Have a great Wednesday. It's hump day, let the rest of the week slide on by. Um, Find yourself something good to eat tonight. Hit your local dispensary. Support a black business.
And like I like to say, that a lion is only as good as its pride. And you guys rock. You're the best. We love having you roaring here at the Prowl Nation Roar, and continuing to support us throughout all of the different changes. We had our gold members meeting earlier today. If you're missing out on some good times, if you're not a gold member, you need to join below. There's a way. There's stuff. Just hit that join button, and it'll direct you how to do it. And then like, share, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Because you know what's coming up next, y'all, is Free for All Friday at night, you all. It's a whole different story. 7:00 at night. So so that gives the opportunity for all of y'all on a Friday night to play some Friday night football and have some Friday night football talk, rather than in the middle of the day when you're trying to get your ass out of work. Okay. So maybe Kurt will stop by and he'll be smoking his cigar and drinking his bourbon. You never know. Maybe LL will show up half naked again. We don't know.
Oh no, Friday! No, I was about to say this. Friday, I gotta it's I can't say it because then y'all know where I work at. But it's a work event Friday evening and Saturday morning. But I see what I can do.
But you never know what's gonna happen. I mean, we've had LL on the show and in the stripper club at the same time. So anyway, you guys have a great rest of your week. We're going to see you on Free for All Friday, where we're going to finish out the week strong as a football family. So until then, you know what you got to do. Like Kurt says, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be, baby. So live your best life. We love you, Jim, and we'll see you soon.